Do you struggle when it comes to dealing with change or uncertainty? Does the thought of not being in control drive you insane? Well, it's no secret that the demands of coaching plus our personal lives can take a toll on our mental and emotional well-being. But what if there was a way to find greater peace and fulfillment in the midst of chaos? Well, in this video, we're exploring the power of surrender and how it can help you release the weight of responsibility, become a better coach, and find joy in the present moment. So get ready to let go of your need for control and trust in something greater, because we're about to discover the power of surrendering. Hi, I'm Ryan Johnson from CoachingOverflow.co, the place where we pour into the lives of impact-driven coaches so that you can feel happy, healthy, and wealthy, and then overflow into the lives of your clients. Now, if you're a coach or even an impact-driven person, you're likely familiar with the pressure of push harder, strive for perfection, and have all the answers. But what if I told you that letting go of the need for control could actually lead to even greater impact and fulfillment in your work? See, that's where surrendering comes in. So surrendering is about releasing your attachment to particular outcomes and just trusting the process. It's about finding the courage to let go of what no longer serves you and embracing something great. So in this video, we're going to explore what surrendering is, the benefits that it can bring to us as coaches, and how to actually practice surrendering in your daily life. And I promise if you stick with me to the end of this video, you'll have a greater understanding of how surrendering can help you not only become a more impactful coach, but also more fulfilled in every single aspect of your life. Now, before we dive into the benefits and process of surrendering, let's first define what it is. Surrendering is the act of letting go of control and trusting the process. It's about releasing our attachment to a particular outcome and accepting whatever happens with an open mind and heart. Now, let me emphasize this. Surrendering is not the same as giving up. See, giving up refers to defeat or resignation, but surrendering is a conscious choice to let go of your need for control and trust in a higher power or our inner guidance, which for me personally is God and the Holy Spirit. Now, surrendering can take many forms, and it can show up in different areas of our lives. For example, surrendering can mean letting go of toxic relationships, accepting a job loss or a setback, or even releasing an entrenched belief or expectation that you've been clinging on to. So basically, surrendering is about finding the courage to let go of what no longer serves you and trusting that something greater is waiting for you on the other side of surrender. Now, as a coach, if you have a client facing challenges, understanding and practicing surrendering is a powerful tool that you can use to also help your clients navigate change and transformation. So now that we've defined what surrendering is, let's explore some of the benefits that it can bring. So first of all, surrendering can help you let go of your need for control. Now, as coaches, we often feel the pressure to have all the answers and be in charge of the outcome, especially if you're a type A personality. But when you surrender, you allow yourself to release that burden and trust in the process. Now, this can lead to greater peace of mind and a sense of freedom from the weight of responsibility. By the way, creative thoughts and ideas tend to flow significantly easier when you release the pressure and surrender. Now, surrendering can also help us cultivate greater trust in ourselves and our intuition. And when we let go of our need for control, we create space for our inner voice to guide us. But the need to control everything often creates stress, which creates chaotic thought and drowns out that inner voice. So by surrendering, we can tap into our own inner wisdom and offer more meaningful support and guidance to our clients. Now, finally, surrendering can lead to greater fulfillment and joy. So when we're constantly striving for perfection, we're trying to control every single aspect of our lives, it can be easy to miss out on the simple pleasures and joys of the present moment. But when we surrender, we allow ourselves to fully experience what's in front of us and appreciate the beauty of life as it is. So this can help us feel more fulfilled and present in our work as coaches. Now, one of my favorite Bible scriptures that has guided me when it comes to surrendering is Proverbs 3:6-7. And it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take." So again, It's relieving the pressure of feeling like we need to have all the answers and instead trusting in a higher power to direct our steps. Now, I also have to share one more book that, in addition to the Bible, has really been a game changer in my life and responsible for shaping my thoughts on surrendering. And that book is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Now, in this book, he says, the moment you surrender to what is, something greater begins to operate through you. In other words, surrendering can open us up to a higher power or wisdom that we may not have access to when we're caught up in our need for control. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed or burnt out, consider exploring the power of surrendering, because it just might be the key to unlocking a greater sense of peace, trust, and fulfillment in your life and your work. Now that we've discussed the benefits of surrendering, let's explore the process of how to do it. Now, surrendering is a skill that can be developed with practice and patience, and I'm going to share 5 practical steps that can help you cultivate this practice. Now, step 1 is to become aware of our need for control, because can improve what you don't recognize. So that means taking a moment to reflect on the areas of your life where you feel a sense of attachment to a particular outcome or a need for things to go a certain way. Now, by bringing awareness to these patterns, you can begin to see where you might benefit from surrendering. And no better time than the present. So pause this video right now and share in the comments below areas of your life where you currently feel a sense of attachment to a particular outcome or a need for things to go a certain way. All right, now step 2 is to let go of your attachment to the outcome. Now, this doesn't mean giving up on your goals or ambitions, but rather releasing your need to control every single aspect of the journey. In other words, try to cultivate a sense of trust in the process and believe that whatever happens is ultimately for your highest good. Now, doing this will actually allow you to start enjoying the journey more than being preoccupied by the destination, because true success is a journey, not a destination. And the steps in the journey are often far more important than the outcome. Step 3 is to reframe your perspective. See, oftentimes the reason we resist surrendering is that we fear the unknown. And when you surrender, you're stepping into uncharted territory. And let's face it, that can feel really scary. So to overcome this, try reframing your perspective. So instead of focusing on what you might lose or what could go wrong, focus on what you might gain and the potential for positive outcomes. Now, 2 things I always tell my sons are focus on what you want, not what you don't want, and place your energy into the outcome you desire. This small perspective shift actually can create life-changing results, because as Tony Robbins says, where your attention goes, energy flows. So without being attached to the outcome, place your attention on what you want, because your energy and actions are led by your thoughts. Now, step 4 is to shift your mindset from failure to learning. See, another reason we resist surrendering is that we fear failure or rejection. And to overcome this fear, try shifting your mindset from one of, dang, I'm a failure because this didn't go as planned, to one of, well, this didn't go how I thought, but the lessons I learned in this process are invaluable. Because remember that every experience is an opportunity to learn and grow. And even if things don't go according to plan, you can still always gain valuable insight and wisdom. Now, a mindfulness philosopher named Nora said this beautifully. She said, with the right mindset, we can't lose. We either practice what we've learned or we learn what we need to practice. Now, step 5 is to actually practice mindfulness and presence. And when we're caught up in our need for control, we can easily get lost in our thoughts and emotions. But by practicing mindfulness and staying present in the moment, we can stay connected to our inner wisdom and intuition. Now, I know for some people, this is where you check out because you feel like this is too woo-woo and esoteric. But here's where you have to check your ego at the door and be open to something new that can serve you and improve your life. So here's another quote from Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, that if you apply the principles, it will literally cause a paradigm shift in your life. He says, you can always cope with the present moment, but you cannot cope with something that is only a mind projection. You cannot cope with the future. Moreover, as soon as you honor the present moment, all unhappiness and struggle dissolve, and life begins to flow with joy and ease. When you have reached a certain degree of presence, You don't need negativity anymore to tell you what is needed in your life situation. But as long as negativity is there, use it. Use it as a kind of signal that reminds you to be more present. In other words, detach from the outcome and focus on the present moment. Because when we're caught up in the thoughts and projections about the future, we can't truly be present and happy. So instead, honor the present moment. Surrender to what is, trusting that the future will unfold exactly as it's meant to be. And by staying connected to your inner guidance and letting go of the need for control, you can make decisions and take action that align with your highest good. As coaches, we have the incredible opportunity to impact the lives of others, and by practicing surrendering, we can become even more powerful and effective in our work. So, let's embrace the power of surrendering and see what magic unfolds. And remember, surrendering is a practice, and it may take time to develop the skill. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's not always easy, and it can be scary to let go of our need for control. But the benefits are truly incredible. Surrendering can lead to greater peace, trust, and fulfillment in your life and your work. And it can help you let go of the weight of responsibility, tap into your inner wisdom and intuition, and experience the beauty of life as it is. So, starting today, I encourage you to take a leap of faith and try surrendering in your own life and in your work. So start small by practicing mindfulness and presence, and then trust in the process. And remember, surrendering is not about giving up. It's about letting go and allowing something greater to unfold. Now, if this video brought any value to you, I would be so grateful if you like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you have any comments or questions, please share them below, because I love to hear from you and continue the conversation. So until next time, keep pouring into your life so you can overflow into others.